This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now Duane talks with Ivan Lentsch about which technology is a good investment for your operation.
Duane Taves joining him once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with Ivan Lentsch with Precision Planting. Ivan, we think about a lot of technology changes in the last 20 years in particular when we think about production agriculture. From a basic standpoint, where is a real stepping off point that's going to give guys the most bang for their buck in trying to get better at making a production system that works on their farm?
Great question. I mean, step one is if we're going to invest in any of these new precision ag technologies, we need to be certain that we know exactly how we're going to get paid back from those things, right? I mean, an investment without a return, particularly in our current economy, not a great idea. I think step one is understanding where some of those issues can be. We need to have something that can shine a flashlight on problems that we can't see right away. If we have an opening disc fall off in the field, of course, we're going to stop and fix it, right? It's a mechanical thing. We can see you have an issue. Next step is going to be what's looking at those items that we can't see, and the value of a good monitor for planting beyond just a singulation metric or a spacing metric. Of course, population, right? Ever popular. That's more where things kind of started out from blockage monitors to just population, and now we're looking at more and more as we have more of a sensor array at our disposal. So from a monitoring standpoint, the 2020 Seed Sense with Precision Planting has been instrumental in kind of changing what that landscape looks like, in that we bring out data that we truly represent by the millisecond, with options now within the Gen 3 monitor for high definition mapping along with it. One of the key takeaways when we look at a sensor like a downforce sensor that we're measuring, we're giving you a ground contact percentage. Anything above 20 pounds we would consider ground contact. This is to make sure that we're actually at depth, right? If we're having loss of ground contact issues, we're going to end up having some shallow plant seed, which can obviously cost us quite a bit. So if we look at our ground contact, and we also, of course, put an accelerometer on each row, and this is to measure this row unit ride. If we see ground contact falling off, and we see good ride falling off, and we see spacing even start to fall off in a traditional seed tube, we would be able to determine if we slow down just 2 or 3 tenths of a mile an hour, typically those will come back up. And we've kind of helped, beyond just monitoring, helped make a decision based on that feedback that field that day with those conditions, we can determine what that speed limit really should be based on a good job planting.
We think about the ability to do those things real time. It's not I set the planter in the morning, I may change it again in the afternoon or evening, but those adjustments that you can make in field, in furrow, in real time, that has a difference in the end.
Very true. In many cases, your local precision planting dealer would help you start up and understand some of the things that you're seeing. To make a decision on that in the field, it can be a learning curve, right? As we have all this information coming in, what do I look at first? In fact, the 2020, those who have ran one understand it will alarm you many times until you fix things, make things right, because it's really about precision planting.
Our thanks to Ivan Lentsch with Precision Planting joining us on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.